Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Previously on Danganronpa, we began the final investigation, where we found some startling and both shocking things. Let's try some of these other lockers. These are probably empty now, it's probably the right one. No, this one's got something. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look, especially since our lives demand it. It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have really been meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter, and isolate the students here in communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior you from the corrupted era in the world to serve as a foundation for the new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting everyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can be true, can it? But I knew it was. And I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But this belongs to Kyoko. What was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. Well, our memory wipe would be really far back. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would have proved me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning from my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? I guess these are all related to the mysteries we have to solve. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers... I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. You know, we haven't seen pictures of us involved with the cast. We've seen other people. So I wonder if we came later than them, and they've been here longer. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving that investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. Maybe... anything left here? We checked that one. Nothing there. Nothing there. I think these are all closed up. It's all part of it. Okay, we got everything here. Ding-a-bing-a-bing-a-bong-bong. Is it already over? Like, is that all the clues we got?
This is a school announcement.
Shut up, Teddy. I'm not done yet.
Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely?
It's going just great. It's going fine. Perfectly. Go.
Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What? Now he wants to give us a hint. It's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that... He said to go to the gym, right? Hero, what about your stuff in that locker? Oh, hey Hero. Makoto? What you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? You didn't hear it after all. Wait, no. I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go! Oh god, he's planting the seeds of dissent. Hero, wait! We got to work together, we're gonna be cops. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? Looks like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time?
Monokuma!
Hello, welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. What? Don't worry, just get on with it. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I picked up the envelope, and I opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. There's Mikuro Ikusawa, but I'm not part of the cast. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. See, we don't know if we came at the same time. Wait, but... there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Okuro Ikusawa. And this girl is... What? Why? Why is Makuro here with everyone else? Even more than that. Just having everyone here pose like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 of our students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture. Well, it's definitely unnatural. Is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me. They didn't know each other till they got here. But this picture is real. Then could that mean... could it be... everyone else, and just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way, standing there, you know. So, I mean, get out. But I told you. I'm not feeling any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. Well, you have issues. I guess that means he's done talking. And by issues, I mean you have like some technological ones. Damn it! So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym, dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. That's the point. It's a semi-trap. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? No. It does get to confuse you, though. But it looks so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Can you imagine them putting together the best and the brightest of the country, and they put people in there like, this guy's really good at writing fanfiction. Throw him in there. But, sir, should we put like the best doctor or something? No! When the world ends, we're gonna need good fanfiction. Anyone could be a doctor. Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No! I have to clear all this up. Byakuya, what's with this photo? Oh, Byakuya. Listen, do you think we could talk? Byakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Byakuya, wait! Monokuma, what did you do? But of course he didn't. He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. Hiro, what's up? What's wrong? Hey, Hiro! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No. Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hiro, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It was like he was avoiding me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? Let's see if we can finally do something with the freezer. I decided to visit the biolab one more time, and the first thing I saw when I got there was her, passed out, again. Finally, you get to be useful, in a twist that I saw coming. Huh, Toko! You got it open at least, and you fainted, right? Toko, are you okay? No, she's not dead, is she? Well, dead mentally. Ah! It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again. I bet you were there, standing there, staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't.
Have you reached that certain age?
Oh, then what? Hot and bothered. Straight up horny. I'm not a rhino. Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What to do to Miss Morose. Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. That was a clue? Really? Does that mean you remember things that Toko might not? But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now or I slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere. Somewhere, not where you are. Doing his own investigating.
Yes, yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire.
I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. You were indirectly useful, thank you. Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Ah, I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The fridge. It's open. But I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. You haven't run away and betrayed me yet, have you? Kyoko.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. I know, I figured that out. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge. See what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here, when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagined she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. No, let's investigate. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly, she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. I'm glad we finally got the common sense. Huh? How come? Because Makuro's body is in here. Reaction. Makuro's corpse. Makuro's body's inside the fridge.
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it. Because I assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time. I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. You have no faith in me? Or apparently I have no faith in myself. I should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Well, your uniforms are boring. Don't let me interrupt your investigation. I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Anakuma made earlier. You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hint he may have to offer. That's a good point. And technically true. I wish I could go back and do the same thing. But what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the Mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Biolab. At some point, did I already find this clue? No, apparently I didn't.
It would seem...
Yes, I figured that out earlier myself, Kyoko. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Makuro's. There's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights. I figured that clue out earlier too. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Depending on the analysis of the body, I know who the mastermind is already. I've had a suspicion for a while, but... Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
And we could do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Reaction. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood. It seemed highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult. I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? I have an idea. Dead before the blast. I'll go with an object. Wounds that were several days old. They weren't scars. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old. Possibly 10 days old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old?
Because...
All Monokuma file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. So... I'm not sure if I should completely drop my theory yet, because it might be a spoiler. After this investigation is over, I'll say what it is. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
Oh, whatever, I'll just go over it. So the corpse looks like Junko, correct? And it has fake fingernails and whatnot on. What? Okay. But, what it is that Mikuro Ikusawa was possibly dressed as Junko for whatever reason, and then murdered in the beginning with the bear. And this came as a shock to her, I'm assuming, because, you know, she wasn't planning to get murdered. And actual Junko is in the computer room handling the things. Because it's a cliche that the first person to die is secretly the murderer. But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds. It makes it sound like they've been there forever. Like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? We all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? By Monokuma. So the wounds were at least a few days old. There's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
What if Mikuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be able to any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. If you notice, that's kind of like how my logic usually goes with these games.
Hey.
I always put forth every, like, random theory, even ones that may not be actually the correct ones, or ones I don't much wade into, and I go down by elimination slowly by slowly. So even the crack theories, I keep in the back of my mind. So is there anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body? Reaction. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Makuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get that all right? You remembered all that. They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is, without a doubt, Makuro Ikusaba.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then.
It looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kinda sad leaving out like this?
Why?
Sad. Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still.
Whew.
You really are naive, you know that. It's really quite appalling. But you love me for it. But she could have abandoned me. But she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then.
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on. I still have one more thing to do. So I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now. So, with the introduction of Makuro Ikusaba, like, there's always been a possibility of someone being dead, not being dead, and being a killer. But, for the most part, we seem like everyone was confirmed dead, and, like, Junko obviously was stabbed through spears or whatever, and I don't see, like, a way you can fake that very well. So with the introduction of this character, that indirectly traps the mastermind. Because now you have, oh, there is a way for this to happen, and for you to be alive. Especially when, you know, it has Junko's boots and fingernails on. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
What?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. But to get into any lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I meant to get them open using an emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook. Also, a telling thing about Junko is she has the color scheme of Monokuma.
Why is that?
That's something I kind of noticed in the beginning of the game. But, you know, she got stabbed full of spears, so it's kind of like, is there robots? Clones in this game? I mean, it's kind of crazy, but... What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster. About your father.
What? If that's true...
There's that face. You really should, like, let some of that trauma go. Could that mean... that video is real too? Video.
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although, I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers. Right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the Headmaster's Handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary, because your e-handbook will open it. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker of my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker.
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD. It says, Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. you'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. But I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Well, technically, this means your memory's been wiped. It means you did make peace with your father. Some uplifting news, except for the fact he's dead. Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words.
So, as it turns out, the arrangements I made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burn with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I'm gonna do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know. Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko is gone. I better get going myself. I got that DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. No matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. That's my duty as a paranormal. A detective cop. It's kind of funny we're coming back here. Because in a lot of ways, our first mysteries really started here in this room, from this catalyst. I should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well, then I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. But then, all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka! It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Why didn't they give her voice acting in comparison to him? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? Except...
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
I still don't understand the motivations of why you need to do this. What is the outside world like? It seemed like it was fine. Makoto doesn't say, oh, the world's terrible. There's zombies running down the streets, and there's high taxes, and you know... No, it just seemed like he's like, I'm going to school. It's a normal world. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up till now. I mean, I guess it could be in response to them losing an entire class like in a massacre. And they're like, well, we gotta protect the rest of our Hope's best, but lock him away so they're completely useless, like a museum. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I know how much Saika wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wants that so bad. She tried to frame me for murder. So why? I mean, the other possibility is maybe that's why hijacks into the airwaves that could have been part of the setup in the first place. So it was like, we're gonna have the world's finest children live in this Big Brother house for your entertainment and give you all hope, and they're stuck here forever, arbitrarily. Why would you say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes started back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Oh, I am part of the class. Huh? What I saw was me. And possibly, undeniably, me. Maybe I was just the one taking the photo.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down and talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes.
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
I'm wondering what the setup for Danganronpa 2 and eventually Danganronpa 3 is gonna be. Because this seems very self-contained plotline-wise. Once again, the video cut out. Unless the mastermind escapes in the end and goes off to do more things. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... By the way, this should be obvious, but he didn't realize the headmaster was the one that was killed in the beginning in the rocket ship. Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. I didn't have that intro in my series, but you can probably find it easily enough. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. When he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted the life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Teddy! Huh? It wasn't just a monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now, then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Like me. Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask them the question, and they all say yes. Kyoko probably said something different, actually. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right. It would seem...
So the other students' memory wasn't wiped as hard. They just like lost their memory of being in part of the school. Kyoko's was wiped so hard because she was a threat.
Hey.
So that's why it stands out more that her memory is missing. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. I wonder if Hiro is tied to this. Not like on purpose, but like he was indirectly used, like he has hypnotizing skills. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? Because they had his stuff in the locker. Like that was an important clue. What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Ding Danganronpa. Final dinga-binga-bonga.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end.
This is it, Teddy. I'm gonna send you back to the shower room once and for all.
And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end.